What's up, guys? Mr. Extraordinary over here. All right, before we do anything, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, okay? Otherwise, we're not doing anything. So I'm just gonna wait for you. Did you subscribe yet? Did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it? You did it, no? Cool. Thanks. Shout out to you for doing it. Anyway, thanks to everybody that has been supporting me so far, commenting, even if it's via WhatsApp or commenting on my TikTok or Instagram pages or even here on YouTube or verbally, thank you so much. I appreciate you giving your time to let me know your thoughts about anything, whether I'm crazy for even doing such or about any topic that I talk about or come up with. So I want to share about another platform, a South African YouTuber, podcaster called Penuel, the Black Pen, Penuel Mkhukhu. Brilliant man, smart man, a free thinker. If you're open-minded to hear what he has to say, you might learn a lot. But if you're easily offended, then he might rub you off the wrong way. But I want to talk about his channel, his YouTube channel, which has grown to become, I would say, a podcast channel as well. He shares about his thoughts on current affairs, and now he's even interviewing people on that channel. Let's see some of the stats on his channel. So he currently has 783 videos, 54,000 subscribers. He joined in 2013 and has over 1 million views on his channel. And in his bio, he says that he's hoping to mentally liberate as many people as possible. And he says that Penuelism is the answer. So Penuelism is basically his way of life. He created his own religion, which he calls Penuelism. And he believes that anybody who follows him or who would like to follow him should be able to be a Penuelist and understand his principles and live by them. One of the principles is owning your own mind. And he has, I think, 11 books, 10 to 11 books that he's written. I have them, and I need to give myself time to read them. He has 6 children with 4 mothers. Was born in Newcastle. Went to school there until he matriculated. Then from there, went to the Eastern Cape to study accounting. And as he was progressing, I think he even went to Rhodes or something. He stopped to pursue business because the entrepreneurial bug had bitten, so he says. And he opened a shop, I think, in Joburg around Gandhi Square, if I'm not mistaken. And it was a fish and chips shop. And the business didn't do so well, unfortunately. But then he's now pushing, content creation. On YouTube, he's on Twitter, he's on TikTok, and he just speaks his mind. He's a very educated man. And if you want to learn more about him, I'll leave a link on the description below so that you can check out his videos. He has the Pension Show. Penson Show. Sorry, Penson is his little brother. He has the Penuel Show, where he brings in people that he considers to be, not just him, but most of us considered to be smart people. I mean, he had someone like Mable. I was actually watching the episode again earlier on. Love that episode. Really love. One of the best episodes on that channel. He's got Vusi Tumbagwayo on there. He had Ntiki Mazwai on there. He had, is it Mandisa Mashego, if I'm not mistaken. I don't, yeah, I think it's Mandisa Mashego, if I'm not mistaken. And he got in Zimasa Vabaza, who was also called Mustafa, on the Zama Dube show on YFM. I used to listen to that show, actually. Recently, he's also had someone like B.A. Pusha and Miles Kubeka. Miles Kubeka, his story is quite interesting. Miles Kubeka saw the Hansa advert with Vuyo. You remember that advert that said, Vuyo is a big dreamer? He saw that ad, thought Vuyo was a real guy, only to find out that Vuyo doesn't exist. And this Vor's business doesn't exist. So, what did he do? He trademarked the name and opened a Vor's business. I remember they had one shop by Bramfontein, opposite Vets. So yeah, he talks to Mr. Kubeka about his journey, his entrepreneurial journey, and just his take on things. And that channel is quite informative as well. The Penuel show. Please check it out. Let's look at the stats for a second. So the Penuel show was created on the 20th of July 2022. It's currently at 4 million views, 80 subscribers, has 70 videos, and the most popular video on there is the Vusi Tembekwayo video, followed by Olim Fega video. He's had even people like Duduzane Zuma there. He's had Rob Hersoff there. Rutendo Mati Nyarare, I believe. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, sir. And yeah, he's also had Kolofelo Maponya on there. He's had Sizwe Mpofu Walsh. He's had its little brother Penson. He's had Luyanda Jafta. Thoroughly enjoyed that interview from beginning to end. He's had people like Eusebius Makaiser, and he has had Tebogo Kipina there. One of the reasons why I like conversations with Tebogo Kipina and Penuel is that they keep it real. They talk about anything that should basically hear every other person talk about, but they say it live in front of everybody. Actually, that's how I got to be exposed to Penuel. Tebogo Kipina is a producer, a filmmaker, and he has a YouTube channel called is it Tribal Media House? Yes, Tribal Media House. So I heard Penuel just talking about the riots that happened, I think it's last year, and I was just mesmerized by this guy speaking. Okay, how did I discover Penuel? I was on Facebook, and there's this guy called Morana Mashile, right? And I just liked his content. So eventually I started seeing videos of Penuel, but I thought it was Morana Mashile. But then Morana Mashile kept on mentioning that this is the guy that, you know, deserves respect. This is the guy that deserves more attention. So he would show DJ Sbu, he would show Bishop Joshua Maponga, he would show Penuel. So Penuel did a video talking about Rob Hersoff. And I'm like, I need to know this Penuel guy. So as I Googled him, I saw the interview from Tribal Media House with Mkhukhu, and I was mesmerized. I downloaded the whole video, and then I cut the entire video, and I shared it on my WhatsApp. You know, that's what I used to do. Before I started recording these videos, I used to share my thoughts on WhatsApp. So a conversation like this, what I'm saying now, I would have been typing it on WhatsApp until I decided to, record myself and share my thoughts on YouTube. Anyway, so Penuel has his own channel, Penuel the Black Pen. He also interviews people there. I think he interviewed, is it Bianca Costa? Whose picture is being used by Chris Excel, if I'm not mistaken. His head, DJ's Boo, I believe on the virtual Mkhukhu, where they discuss Prime energy drink versus More Fire. This is a recent episode. They go into business, into detail. That's one of the best episodes ever in all of podcasting in South Africa, because they talk about the difference between a global brand or product, right, that was created by two famous influencers versus a local South African brand, which is More Fire, which has been in the market for about 10 years. And Prime, I think, has only been in the market, not the South African market, the global market, for maybe a year. But when Prime came recently, I think this month even, the units that were sold from Prime, crazy. Even the amount per unit, like how much the actual product costs, it was so expensive, but people still bought it. So they go into detail about why Prime did so well versus More Fire, and what Boo can change, the challenges that he faced. So it's a business masterclass. It's a marketing, branding, sales, advertising masterclass. I'll also share a link. So I'm going to share a link of Penuel the Black Pen channel. I'm going to send a link of the virtual Mkhukhu, which I'm going to speak about now. And I'm going to share a link of the Penuel show. So virtual Mkhukhu. How did the virtual Mkhukhu come about? Okay, virtual Mkhukhu means virtual as in digital. Mkhukhu means shack. So the visual shack, a virtual shack. And the reason they call it that is that they're trying to reach to anybody, anybody from guys from squatter camps, rural areas, anybody who can have access to internet access from any corner of the country, or even the globe for that matter, can listen to what they have to say, and hopefully they'll learn something from it. This show was created by Penuel when he was on the Hustler's Corner. I would say Penuel and DJ Spoo. So DJ Spoo comes on to the show as often as possible, but also Penson, Penuel's younger brother, also comes on the show, and they talk about really interesting things. They talk about masculinity, relationships, cyberbullying. They talk about what it means to be a man. They talk about business. They talk about current affairs, politics. They talk about anything that you could find interesting. Film, music. They do not limit themselves with their content. And that's what I like about anything that Penuel really dedicates himself to. He also did something called Buy Black. It was a movement, I believe, where he wanted, I believe, black people to buy black products, to be invested in small black businesses and so on. If I'm saying anything that is incorrect and you guys know Penuel better than I do, please let me know in the comments down below. And if by any chance Penuel is watching this, if I said anything that is incorrect, sir, please let me know in the comments, so that at least people get to know the truth. Facts. If I said anything that is wrong. And he was recently on Cliff Central, on the blending platform, and he was giving his thoughts about the 2024 election and how it's going to turn out. And he was giving some really interesting thoughts on the subject. So check out Penuel the Black Pen on YouTube, and follow the links down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell icon, and I'll definitely see you on the next one. All right. Cheers.